How to make money on Fiverr in 2025, and I want to record an updated video showing you exactly how I'm able to run a $2.4 million business on Fiverr and just go over the things that you can potentially implement and just talk about if it's still worth to continue your journey. And if you've been a new seller on Fiverr, I'm gonna go over some tips. If you've been a seller for a long time, maybe you're not seeing results, maybe you have been stuck, I'm gonna talk exactly about that and just how you can continue and improve your Fiverr journey this year. So first of all, before we go, I wanted to show you just some of my updates this year, especially because it's been actually 3 months now already past this year, and I want to show you just what has been happening in my Fiverr journey because things have been very interesting. As you can see, we just finished March with 38K on Fiverr, which is honestly insane, but this has not been, always like that. Some months like back 2019, I've been doing even like 60K per month on Fiverr, and still in 2025, I'm still present on Fiverr, which is honestly crazy to see because, we humans like to change things always and maybe, adapt or maybe change, but I still decided to continue my journey, and that's how my channel developed as well. So thank you so much again for sticking with me for a while. If you've been for a long time, if you've been new as well, I'm excited to help you and also listen to your story as well. So guys, I would say this year has been a very interesting year because first of all, we are hearing a lot of new updates from Fiverr, Fiverr Go, like all of these things are happening in a very short period of time. Miha as well, he's been active on socials, finally I can say, because honestly, I like to see these things. I want them to be active, but of course, I'm also seeing a lot of sellers that are not happy with these changes and all of these things, and they're worried about their future, what's going to be happening next. So I will tell you from what I've been observing so far. First of all is Fiverr needs to definitely adapt to AI. They want to implement these AI things, and of course, when you look at all of these things they're doing, some of the things might not maybe make sense at the moment, but they will probably start to make sense in the future, or they're going to reverse things. As you've seen, Fiverr, it's not the first time they're reversing things out, so they are going to be definitely removing some things or going back to how it was. So I would still tell you, if you are thinking to start and just grow your Fiverr journey, there is definitely still a lot of potential. The main reason is not all of these features. The main reason is that there are buyers who are actually going to go on Fiverr, because Fiverr is investing in the commercials all the time in the US. They're running those TV ads as well in the breaks. You've probably seen, right now actually during the March Madness, the basketball, NCAA basketball, they're playing commercials, you can see. And this is a good sign, I would say, because they are still want to attract those buyers from the US. And for people, because people being scammed a lot of times. We can get scammed even on Fiverr. When you're a new seller, you always get those messages from spammers like sending you QR codes. So of course, just be careful with all of that. But the buyers, especially in the US, for them, it's easier to go on Fiverr and pick someone because they can just see, they feel they're more protected with the payments and everything because they trust Fiverr. So this is still a very positive kind of sign going forward because yes, although maybe the number of buyers, they are like decreasing in terms of like active buyers from the reports Fiverr showed, there are still a lot of potential there. There are still a lot of buyers who are going to be, because as you've seen in my journey, I can say, even looking at the financial sides, things have been still, I would say, very consistent, right? Like last year, for example, I've been doing less, like the last couple of months has been like below 30K. 2025, we started with like above 30K and even going to the 40K. Of course, this is not only because of the surge, because actually if I look at my gigs and my statistics, I wouldn't say that my statistics are like really amazing. You can see they go up and down. I'm getting like sometimes 2,000 impressions, 3,000, like even lower. So it's not always the same number of impressions. So, but I'm not relying only on the Fiverr search. That's the other thing. I'm doing a lot of my own efforts in trying to re-engage the buyers, in trying to reach out to them, in trying to push my personal brand outside of Fiverr. Like, as you can see guys here, for example, when I'm recording this video, if you go in the description, you're gonna see if you wanna work with me, if you wanna order one of my services, you can actually click the link there. So I'm bringing people to my Fiverr account as well. And recently I've been talking with someone, a seller who is like a veteran seller for a while, and he told me as well, like he have heard, you know, because he's kind of like more present on like a freelancing community and helping people become freelancers as well. And he told me that there are sellers that he knows who are also have like hundreds of orders in queue, and they're just bringing more clients to Fiverr. So that's one of the things that you can do as well. And that's right now, it's a must. You know, you cannot rely on the search anymore. It's something that it's just not gonna work the same as it was working years before. You have to put your own efforts. So that's why I've been telling, you know, you have to be present on X. For example, X is a great platform. You can see there are more Fiverr sellers. And especially when I go on X, I believe it's one of the best. For example, you can see Lambros, you know, he's sharing his results, you know, about clients, for example. This is one of the things that you can be doing. You can be showing results. So think about this as a Fiverr. It's a platform that gives you these reviews, potential completed projects. You have your portfolio as well, like on Fiverr, for example. Now you can see, you know, people can see your portfolio. You have all of these things, but you should not just restrict yourself there. You should go on X. You should try to, for example, what I've been also doing myself. Of course, I talk a lot about Fiverr itself and how, you know, you can do, but I'm sharing results. For example, here on Instagram, I'm sharing as well, of course, some of the personal stuff, the numbers as well. That's, you know, what people want to see. But I'm also sharing, for example, our work as well. Here you can see the post, and you know, it got 1,000 views. You know, so I didn't really create anything special. I was just kind of sharing my you know, work, and just wrote like a sentence, and I'm already getting 1,000 views. Out of those 1,000 views, maybe there will be people who might be interested. That's why you guys, you know, I think we are overcomplicating all of this social media thing. It's not as hard as it actually is. You know, you just have to understand, because yes, you know, when we talk about Instagram is like reels. You have to create content, you have to record yourself. YouTube as well, like you have to, you know, sit down, set up a camera, you know, like see the angles, record the screen, for example, you know, like, you know, adjust everything, lighting as well. But with X, you know, it's just fascinating how easy this can be. The same goes to LinkedIn. You know, you can go on LinkedIn, you can share the same type of, you know, posts that you share. If you're, let's say, if you don't like posting on multiple platforms, you can use the platforms like Typefully. This is a great platform because it actually will go to the X, it will go to the LinkedIn, it will go to the, you know, Blue Sky. If you're using Blue Sky, it will go to the multiple destinations. You just have to do it once, and it has like all of these AI things. Again, this is not sponsored by this, but I've been actually using this platform as well. I think it's just great because it can also schedule things on Threads. So now it's the year of taking the control of your social media. It's a must, guys. Like I'm gonna be talking about this all the time this year, because I want you to start somewhere, you know, with your social media. If you don't like Instagram, let's say, creating content, don't worry. Just use it for your friends. Just create, like, share your daily stuff as you are. But maybe try X, for example, because this is a completely different type of content. You can just create things on the go and just sharing your thoughts. And other things, of course, you have ChatGPT. People are using ChatGPT, check their grammar and other things. I would suggest try to do it yourself more, because, for example, me personally, I've been writing my own thoughts. Yes, I can make mistakes. I can, you know, I'm not a native speaker of English, so I learned English. I mean, I lived in the US for many years. I finished my university there, but still I can make mistakes. But honestly, I just think it's just my thoughts. When I see someone writes with their own language in English, and just like how they think, I value this post more. Even though if I see the mistake, that mistake still kind of like makes me like, okay, this person actually wrote this. This is not ChatGPT. When I see someone writes with ChatGPT with all these like dashes, lines and everything, and like, you know, all of these emojis, I just don't want to read it, you know. I don't know, it's like, I mean, it can be interesting, but I mean, because I know that the ChatGPT wrote it, I don't feel the same as if I'll read it from the person. So again, don't worry about that. Use ChatGPT maybe to help you, but try to practice eventually yourself. You know, it's the same as like, I don't know, maybe it's a stupid example, but when you learn to swim, you know, you can use, for example, the board, right? When you're swimming with the board, it's the same. Like, you either gonna be swimming with the board all the time, you know, or you're gonna just try it yourself and just, you know, figure things out and then get better each and every single day. So the same goes here. That's what I believe. And besides this social media space, you know, you still have to look into the categories. I've been talking about this a lot of times because, you know, if you've been creative, for example, if you go to the logo design, you know, you can see there are sellers who are making a lot on the logo design. Like, you can, okay, this one 33 orders in queue, maybe it's not as much compared to others. We can go to other sellers. For example, I know here's Luis as well. He's been, you know, obviously very, very famous with his sort of a journey. Okay, this seller has 37 orders in queue. We can also open up, for example, I know this one seller as well. Luis, you can see 49, but I think this is not his main gig. This is his other second gig because he has multiple gigs. So again, you know, don't look here and like, okay, this is, you know, it's going to be hard. And if you go back to my, actually guys, this is insane. You know, I never seen someone got 1,000 orders in queue. This is insane. You know, I'm seeing this and I cannot actually believe myself that you can get that many orders in queue, because I think the highest we got was like 600, 600. Like in 2019, but that was like on one gig, and another gig we also got like 200 to 300. But honestly, this is just insane. You know, if you're watching, I mean, just huge congratulations. But again, don't look at this and be like, okay, I can do this as well, and I will get the same number of orders in queue next month. It will take some time. So that's why I encourage you, okay, if you want to do logo design, if you're good at logo design, create logo design, but try to experiment with other things. For example, social media, you have a new category here, social commerce as well. You know, you can check out what is happening here. You can go in another category, for example, of course, we have UGC, which is also relatively new, but it's becoming more and more popular. But let's say even we can go to, for example, even like community management, right? We can try those smaller categories. But if you still want to do, like, let's say the bigger one, remember from my past interview with Lambros, he said a very good thing. He said, try to go like more specific. I'll create a logo design for your restaurant. I will create logo design for your health and wellness, you know, because you can be actually benefiting much better from the search if you go more direct. Instead of being like very generic, like I'll create a logo design for your business, which is like super generic and you're competing with everyone, because most of the sellers, they're gonna see him and they will be like, okay, he has 1,000 orders in queue, let's do the math. That's how all we like to do the math, you know, and see, and he's making like, let's say $100,000 per month. We're like, wow, I'm gonna do the same. And they go and create with the same title, with the same description, everything the same, right? And then they get in trouble. Instead of doing that, go in the niche. Try to do like health and wellness. Maybe you can create 3 logo design gigs, but one of the gigs will be health and wellness, another gig can be fitness, another gig can be maybe, let's say technology, IT consulting, something like that, right? And you can just, or real estate, for your real estate business, for example. You can create maybe even 4. Fiverr is not going to punish you because each of these gig is, you know, appealing to different types of groups. Real estate, fitness, so it's technically a different gig, you know. Okay, it's maybe the same service, but technically it's not exactly the same service because you are doing different things for different types of people, for niches as well. That's one of the things. Another thing, of course, we talked about the pro, applying for pro. If you go back to my channel, just like, a few videos before, I talked about the pro and how you can apply as a pro. Honestly, don't worry too much about this. I would worry instead, just, set up on Fiverr profile and then just go on platforms like, X, on LinkedIn, and try to, create, document your journey. And guys, please, like, I know we talked about like niching down, and you heard from people like, you have to niche down, you have to, don't worry about this. I can tell you, even though if you're, for example, me, I found this very interesting because I'm sharing things about freelancing, about my agency, about my personal life, about things. And, I see that for some reason, I'm still getting clients, I'm still getting messages from freelancers. Like, I'm talking about everything, and I still see the results in multiple directions, meaning that more messages on Fiverr, meaning that even for this YouTube channel is talking about Fiverr journey, freelancing journey, agency and stuff. I speak about Instagram or like content very rarely, like, occasionally, and I'm still getting messages from the freelancing videos on Fiverr. People want to work because maybe you're agency owner and you're watching this and you want to collaborate with me because I can help you with handling projects. By the way, we launched this really incredible new service, which is a Instagram strategy for your business, and we completed a few already, and the results are just insane. Clients are so happy, and you can see like latest feedbacks as well. They are just insane. And if you're an agency, I'm happy to as well collaborate with you because this something can be extremely valuable for your clients as well. So again, this can bring you multiple different goals, and multiple results. So don't worry about this. Just try to build the habit the same way. If you're trying to get healthy, you're trying to get fit, you're going to the gym, every day, every other day, but you have a routine, you have your habits. The same way with the social media, you have to first figure out what type of social media you want to do, and then you have to just build that habit of consistently posting, consistently reaching out to the audience. Don't be a victim of just consuming content, because we all can get into this trap of jail of just scrolling through reels, consuming content. Try to actually start showing. I would love for you guys just to go on Fiverr, to get experience, to get projects, and just talk about these projects on X, because at least if anything happens to your Fiverr, I hope nothing happens. The same, I'm on the same page with everyone, anything can happen to my Fiverr as well account, but I just have to be prepared. I'm so thankful that I started documenting my journey on YouTube, on other platforms, because I still have a proof. If anything happens, it will be still amazing to go back and see that proof and see that journey. So again, guys, don't be afraid. Don't wait for that perfect time, because it will never happen. It will just be postponing and postponing again and again. You just have to understand that it's right now. Like, even you guys are watching this video, you can just go ahead and put it on your Instagram story or put it on X. I'll be happy to reshare it. Let's connect together. Let's just help each other grow, because we are all in the same kind of on the same plate, of doing the work, helping our clients, and also figuring out our work-life balance and how we can manage these things. So again, if you've been the same, new on Fiverr, if you've been for a long time on Fiverr, just go out there and start documenting your journey. Because I see some sellers, for example, especially when I go sometimes on the forum, and there are sellers who have been for a long time, and I see that even they've been for a long time, they have so much experience, they know about Fiverr better than anyone, better than the whole Fiverr company. I still see their gig images are from years back. They maybe didn't implement the intro, this kind of intro video. They don't have the gig video as well. So there are many things that are actually missing, And of course they don't have the same demand as they had before, because Fiverr is changing. You know, that's why, for example, if you're running your agency on your website, you have your website and you are in the control of things to update it or not to update it. But if you're on Fiverr, it's the same as if you will be on social media. You know, just look at Twitter, right? Twitter, I mean, it got changed so many times in terms of the things like you have to pay for verifications, you have, you know, it's called X now, right? So like the platform is changing. That's why, you know, people are getting upset about the platform, which is I completely agree. But the thing is, the platform is going to be changing all the time. That's why with Fiverr, like I'm sure in, let's say, 5 years from now, it's going to be completely different. Maybe like anything can be different. So that's why I don't think, yes, I mean, we can be all upset and angry, but at the same time, they are in control of things. They can do whatever they want, and at any time they can also remove us at any time they want, you know. So guys, just use that opportunity, because I still believe it's a great learning school. It's a great way to just, you know, try something new, you know. Even if you're like, okay, I'm not doing content, or I don't know how to do logo designs, or I don't know how to do anything, just go there and put like maybe consultation gigs, you know, because now you'll be surprised, but the actual business category is becoming more and more popular. Like people are coming here and they're looking at, you have now the IP services, you have now business formation, registration, like business plans, market research, for example, legal documents, contracts, like Lambros, he was also speaking before, I had a video, he still has his contracts and this stuff is there. So it's literally you just explore things that you might have interest and go ahead and create the services, because you never know. Like that's why I recommend you just spend like a weekend or a few hours, just go through each of the category and just see what people are doing, because many times you'll be surprised. Like I always like to show this example where we have this seller. He's actually, what he's doing is creating social media profiles. And actually Vitaly, this guy, he I think implemented one of his gigs as well here. So you can see, I will set up social media business pages for you, right? And he's charging, actually he has this service on hold, not sure why, but look, he's charging 242 euros, which is like 250 bucks for creating 3 social media profiles. He has 3 orders in queue, right? Like, I mean, I don't know what else I can tell you if you're just like looking at this and you'll be like, okay, like you can just create social media profiles. You can get paid $250 for that. For some people, for some, you know, from a different country, like $250, it can be like a half of the monthly salary, maybe the actual salary, average salary in their country. And this is just insane, you know. And I think many people are not doing enough research into that, because these are just like, I'm just giving you from top of my head. But if you actually spend time and research and look into this more carefully, I'm sure you can find maybe 10 gigs like this that you can do just from today. And it will not take you a long time to do those. You can just literally set up your profile, set up your gigs within a few days, and you can start offering these kind of services. So guys, again, I feel this has an incredible potential, and I encourage you to just, you know, start your journey, explore this marketplace. Of course, you have also like Upwork. I'm not talking about Upwork because I'm not there. It doesn't mean that Upwork is not working. I'm 100% positive it's working. I'm seeing people are also from Upwork, they're documenting their journey, they're sharing about their results. It's definitely working, Upwork. So, but because I'm not there, I don't want to talk something that I have not gone through myself. So that's why in the future, if there will be opportunity for me to explore Upwork more, I'm happy to share it. But for now, all of my focus is on Fiverr. I'm showing you what I have here, and I hope you guys can take this and implement and start getting results and start actually, you know, having more and more freedom. So once again, if you want to just, you know, get some help with the Fiverr and just get some, you know, let's say initial start, or maybe you've been stuck, I do have a course If you subscribe to my newsletter, you're actually going to be updated with my news and tips. But here you can also check out the other previous stories. If you don't want to watch them on YouTube, you can also see them, read them on here on my Substack, freelancehustle.com. You can check out my free course as well. This was recorded in 2024, but I'm actually going to be updating this course soon. But this has been a paid course, so a lot of stuff that you can see here, it's still very good. It's still very applicable for Fiverr, and you can still get a good information. But this will be updated, but stay tuned as well. And I'm also launching soon a project that I've been working for a long time now with my partner, and we are launching this in April as well. That's something that I'm extremely excited because I've been using that for myself, for my Fiverr. It's been actually, I would say, more than half of the credit to my increase of sales, and just seeing my journey go to the better and better direction is because of that, because it's a better tracking, better faster replies, smarter replies, handling complaints better, and this is something that I've been using as well. So if you want to stay tuned more, because I'm sharing on my X more kind of like how things are working behind the scenes and about this project as well. You can see it a little bit of here. You can follow me on X. If you have any questions, Instagram, X, feel free to send me a message. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next video.